For years, I thought great edits came from great visuals. I was wrong. Sound was always doing way more of the heavy lifting than I thought. So to build off my last video about sound design secrets, here are 3 more techniques that'll instantly improve your edits. They're super easy to do no matter what you edit with, and for each one, I'll share a cheat code that takes it to the next level. When my edits sounded flat, I always thought the answer was more. I'd add another whoosh to make it feel rich. And when that didn't work, I swapped it for a riser, then a suckback, then a metallic hit or slam, or maybe it was a bass drop. Anyway, I was solving a 12-sided Rubik's Cube, convinced that the right combination was just one sound effect away. It never worked. One night, I got so frustrated that I just deleted everything from that section to start over, and I hit play. Wait, why did that feel better? Are you telling me the answer was to just not add anything? Sort of. It took me years to realize that the absence of sound added something. Tension. Anticipation. That calm before the storm. That is negative space. And once I heard it, I couldn't unhear it.
As a pulse emerges that refuses to sink.
Silence is a tool that creates contrast, and when used strategically, it makes every sound around it hit harder. My favorite way of using it is to create emphasis. So if I want to bring attention to a line that's being said, have the music drop before they say it.
This script is ready. But then, when are you?
Now, full-on silence can feel a little bit jarring, especially if it's in the middle of the video when the energy is still high. So instead of cutting to nothing, the cheat code is to apply a low-pass or high-pass filter on your music at that moment. Notice how the music dips right before the drop? I didn't just fade the levels. Apply a low-pass filter and animate the keyframes so the frequency starts from really high to really low. This is without the low-pass filter. This is with. It feels like the whole world is holding its breath at that moment. You can also use a high-pass filter and keyframe from low to high instead. Using these effects is a smoother variation to negative space, and I always like to use it to keep my viewers immersed in the video. And if you want to learn more techniques I regularly use in my videos, check out my community frame by frame. Now, this video is not sponsored, and it's only possible because of my Kaizen members. Inside, I share 17 years of my experience in making videos. We break down how I make every video on my channel, like the one that you're watching right now, and all the creative decisions that go behind planning and editing. You get real feedback on your work and not just generic tips. So if you're a creator who's serious about getting better, I built this for you. You can join for free or unlock full exclusive lessons by clicking the links below. Now, way back when, years ago, I delivered a client project with a sound effect that felt slightly off. Now, the client never noticed. In fact, they were really happy with the video, but I knew. I couldn't understand why it felt off until I watched it again years later. And the feeling was like watching your favorite singer perform live, and right in the middle of their show, something just takes you out. You can't really unhear it, because even with an untrained ear, you know, they sung off key. The sound effect I used for that client project was out of key with my music. Now the fix is way easier than you think. Just find a sound that's in the same key as your music. Some sound effects and sound packs will have the key written on the file name. And if you're not sure, you could drag both files into a free platform like TuneBat and figure out the key. Then just find a sound that matches the same key. Now, I know what you're thinking. I'm not gonna constantly swap sounds in and out until I find the right one. And that is where this cheat code comes in, using the pitch shifter. Every editing software has one, and I usually just move the slider around and trust my ears. If you already have a music background, you'll know how to adjust the pitch once you've determined the key of the sound effect and the music. Now, if you don't, let's get into some basic music theory. Each semitone is one piano key up or down. You could look up a cheat sheet if you're ever unsure. If, for example, your music is an F and your sound is an A, you count 1, 2, 3, 4 semitones up, and now you know what semitones are. Cents is for when you really want to dial it in because there's 100 cents in one semitone. And that's it. You don't need a music degree to finally get that annoying whoosh or hit to sound right. For most of my editing journey, I would take music tracks at face value, meaning I would find a song, drop it in, and spend hours trying to make my edit work around whatever the composer decided. And for years, I'd find a song that's almost perfect. It would have the right energy, the right vibe, but it just felt like pulling teeth trying to make it work with my cut. Even if there was an instrument in the background I didn't really like, or vocals that distracted from my dialogue, it was a compromise I had to make because I already spent so many hours trying to look for that song, until I discovered stems. Music stems are a group of individual files that make up the whole song. That means the vocals, bass, drums, and other instruments are all separated. In most of my YouTube videos, I'll remove an instrument so it doesn't fight against my dialogue, like this. A tripod is the most overlooked piece of gear we own, but not today, because we're putting Small Rig's Tribex Carbon 2 through. Most music platforms offer stems now, but if yours doesn't, there's this free tool called UVR. Again, it's absolutely free. All you have to do is download it and use this model. It separates any song into separate tracks. Now here is a cheat code that gives you full control as an editor. Instead of cutting between full tracks, you can mute certain parts or fade them back in or out whenever you need to. You can even add effects like a low-pass filter, combining techniques I already shared throughout this video. For this video, I started with just the guitars, and then a low-pass filter to show me locking in, before using negative space to make the drop hit harder. Instead of working around a finished product, you get to be the conductor. Let me know which one of these you'll try first in the comments below.